it's not the first time that you stand with us.
No.
When you were a kid, what did you know about Israel?
Well, I grew up in an Islamic community. My next-door neighbors were from Jenin. They were Palestinian, and I learned about Israel through an Arab Islamic lens. And so I had a very, very basic understanding that Israel was an apartheid state, the oppressors, you know, these colonizers, and that all changed in 2017 when I first came to this land. And I saw that I had been lied to, and I saw the truth on the ground and the beauty of the Jewish people. And so I have the fortunate...
Sorry, I'll have to cut you off,
Yep.
but there's alarm in the south of Israel.
Oh, wow. People look at me and they think I'm just a Hollywood actor from Australia, and they don't realize that I have a strong understanding of both Islamic and Arab culture. And so one of the, you know, more difficult things for the Western world, Hollywood, to understand is why can't these people just get along? Why can't they find peace? And we have a clash of two cultures right now. You know, Judaism is based on mercy and compassion. In fact, the first form of compassion we find in the Torah, where Joseph has this grace towards his brothers who wanted to kill him. So the very foundation of Judaism, what Hashem was presenting, is I'm a merciful God, I'm a compassionate God. And Jewish people follow in the order of who Hashem is. And, you know, for the Islamic faith, it's an honor-shame culture. And so for an honor-shame culture that has lost every single war with the nation of Israel since 1948, the only thing that will please them, the only thing that will bring them into a state of saying, yes, we finally did something, is to beat Israel. And so the bigger picture of that is the Islamic regime, which a lot of people don't talk about, but they want to create a caliphate. And in their mind, they see this one window in time where they think that they can do what the Sunni Muslims weren't able to do, and they can be the Shiite Muslims who can go and bring the caliphate. But in order to do that, they want to defeat the greatest and strongest military in the Middle East, which is the Jewish people and Israel. And so there's a bigger picture that's going on here. You know, we see young people... Yes, sorry.
I have to translate because it was very, very long.
We have so many questions.
Yes.
From your point, what do you think that we as Israelis, as Jewish people around the world, need to do better in order for the world to know the truth, what we're going through?
That's a tough question to answer. You know, I spoke at an event, and... you know, I'm going to be honest, you know, it's a tragic reality that Hamas brought this nation together. It's a tragic reality that it was Hamas that brought these people together. And I'm glad that this nation is coming together, because for the last 8 months you've been divided over judicial reforms and politics and left versus right, and it was Hamas that brought you together. And so if I was talking to the Jewish people now listening and watching this, I would say, don't let it be Hamas that keeps you together. Let it be Hashem.
Nate, as you were saying, you're going to be here for a few weeks. Do you know your schedule for the few days? Are you going to the south?
I would like to. I would like to, you know, visit the locations where things unfolded. You know, I've requested a lot of things. I've got a team of people behind me that are trying to just get the truth in front of the world as we battle this, you know, misinformation and what's unfolding on social media. But even when I wake up every single morning, I see the hate that flows into my DMs, you know, that people are convinced that somehow, in light of what happened on the 7th of October, Israel is still at fault. And so I need to take people to the places where it happened. I need to meet with victims. I would be happy to stand and sit in front of a Hamas terrorist and ask him honest questions. Tell me, how many people in Gaza do you think really support Hamas? Because what they try and tell the Western world is, oh, it's only a small percentage of Palestinians who support Hamas. They're very, very small. It's 10%. But the rest of the people in Gaza are innocent people. And I just don't think that's the truth. I think when, you know, the terrorists crossed over the Gaza border, we saw Palestinians from Gaza going into these kibbutzim and stealing, taking women, taking what they could.
And celebrating.
And celebrating it in a big way. And so the world wants to paint, you know, the people in Gaza as these innocent victims from an oppressive Israeli military that's stronger than them. And I just don't think that's the truth.
Nate, thank you for being our friend.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
Nate Buzolic.
Thank you for having me.